Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh man. I hope you guys have been having some fun. Ain't been too rough for y'all out there. Good morning. Yeah. I figured everybody else dressed up. I might as well. I half tempted wasn't going to, and then one of the kids brought home these horns from school and gave them to me. So I went ahead and went with it and dressed up last night. Ended up with my sister-in-law, my ex-sister-in-law, brother-in-law, and ex-husband trick-or-treating last night. That was fun. And people are always so shocked when people can get along like that. And it's like, when you've known people for a certain amount of time, you kind of got some default settings with them, which makes it easier to get along. What? Just don't bring up all the shit that pisses everybody off. It's not that hard, y'all. But, it's just going to be what it's going to be. There's so many rumors. It's greatness. It's greatness. It's greatness. Apparently, all my in-laws were in town from both my failed marriages. So that's been fun. But I hope you guys have been having fun. I'm sorry I ain't been around, man. Like, dude, I told you, for real. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Over here. But I wanted to go ahead and just get a 3D 45D for the collective. And then I'm going to be using the new Labyrinth deck that I got for the 5D line. And then we will, I guess, do a story time and whatever. I said I didn't plan it. I just felt like coming on live this morning. Happy Witches New Year to y'all. My New Year's resolution is going to be to try to get on here and do some more cards and coffee. Things are starting to level out, at least on that front, so that I should be able to do that. I actually did double check to make sure that my microphone is on. I did an hour and a half all signs special for you guys. But then when I did it, the sound wasn't on. So you couldn't hear anything. But I will say that it was a lot about talking about buying houses and things like that. And it was pretty mainly positive for everybody. That reading was anyway, which I thought it was cute because then I just saw the other day that Tyler from Tyler's Tarot's just about to get a house. I was like, oh, that's cool. Everybody's like doing a house thing right now. All right. I know, I'm just so entertaining. All right, 3D, 40, 5D, for those of you who don't know, the 5D is usually the, spirit guides, oversouls, celestials, whatever you would like to call them, the 5D realms. 4D is like what's on everybody's mind, lower spirits, things of that nature. Nature beings are usually in there. This is going to be fun. I hate having nails on. And I went super cheesy with these things because it was Halloween. And the girls wanted claws for their costumes. One was a dragon and one was a Little Red Riding Hood who got bit by a werewolf. Luckily, these cards actually are great. They're like plastic. I love it. So they're very flexible, but they're not like holding the bend. Y'all, man, I'm shaking. It's been so long since I've been live. I'm nervous as hell, even though there's nobody in here. It's the beauty of not telling anybody. You guys are going to be all right. I guess we'll use regular, old-fashioned, universal for the 40 line. All right, so now the first reading here is the collective reading. This is not necessarily your story. This is the story that is affecting the timeline most for the collective web of the 143, which is who I read for. It's 143. It's our beeper code. It's a game that we all play where if you are already into like the number synchronicity games and things like that, or you're already playing them, you can create levels of that game for yourself to help you build stronger connections with your friends and others per se. So like 143 for me especially attributes to me and the small group of friends that initially came up with the 143. When I see that around, I usually will contact people within that. Now, the trick is to try and not to assign a meaning when you see synchronicity numbers. The trick is to try to remember what you were thinking about right before you saw the synchronicity. Because it's not a synchronicity if you're force fitting shit. Right? That's not how this works, y'all. You can't go 1111 and then immediately change your entire thought process to this person who I don't even talk to is thinking about me. Careful with that shit, man. Careful with that shit. Now, if someone's on your mind, see, illusions. Someone's on your mind and you notice that every time they are on your mind, you look at the clock and it says 11:11. That's different. That's a genuine synchronicity. All right, so card that fell out here is we got the 7 of Cups here, which is all about illusions. I love it with this one. The illusions, look, the temptress in the water, the full moon, right? 7 of Cups is usually about all those cups being offered and things of that nature. You know, we always give out the warning with the 7 of Cups too. Just be mindful of what's too good to be true, what's realistic, you know? Because, yeah, drinking from every cup, it's how you get poisoned. We have got the 9 of Pentacles here. We have got the Queen of Pentacles, the 10 of Rods, the 9 of Swords, and we've got the King of Wands here. So we got a King of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles down here at the bottom. Could be a feminine earth sign, a masculine fire sign. Not necessarily, just throwing that out there for y'all. But we definitely got the 9 of Pentacles. And in this deck, it's definitely more of a divine feminine empowering card. Empowering and defensive at the same time. It's a matter of focusing, especially with it being the Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, so focusing on the importance of being self-independent, mainly because what you've been burned before, right? Been burned before, but it's a mindful of where you focus your energy. I see the black cat in the tree. You can't see its face, but there was a beautiful Cheshire smile moon out this morning. Anyway, there's a focus of be mindful of where you've been burned before, but don't be so hyper defensive that that's your only focus, because if that's your only focus, you're going to get burned, right? Definitely got a Queen of Pentacles and the 10 of Rods. She carries a lot of burdens and takes care of a lot of things. There's definitely a lot of anxiety going on here. There's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of masculine fire energy as well here at the end. That burden and anxiety can also be in between these two people, right? There's definitely that cast of illusion here, because on the 4D line, yes, there is definitely a worry that things are too good to be true, right? Or a realization of focusing on or trying to figure out what cups are poisonous. There is someone who does want to offer a cup, right? We got the Knight of Cups here, you know. We have the Knight of Cups here, but there is still some major problems here. There's definitely a lot of things that have not been moved on from yet here with the 8 of Cups here in the middle. You got the Queen of Pentacles is reversed on the 4D, and I just get a strong sense that that person has just major blocks up at the moment. Why? What? Too many poison cups, right? Too many cups being offered that even if somebody is coming in and offering a cup, this person is not going to notice it, right? Even shows you down at the bottom, what there's still a focus, at least on the 3D perspective, whether it's true or not, of this person holding on to being burned before energy. Both of them could be holding on to that too, because there's definitely something that can't be overcome. Definitely the queen does not feel very receptive. There's definitely a wheel of fortune turning here, right? Ay, ay, ay. The 10 is always the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. I got the lion and the bull here at the bottom. I got the eagle and an angel at the top. Karma and destiny. I definitely get a sense that a lot of people are aware of, well, there's different definitions of karma. There's past life karma, there's this life karma, there's karmic debt. There's all kinds of karma. Karma is, if you have karmic debt, that is definitely not something that you can pay off with money. Contrary to popular belief, accumulating a lot of money does not accumulate a lot of karmic debt either. That's not how it works. That's not, karmic debt is, that's debts that are collected on the 4D and the 5D, right? Ghosts stuck in purgatory, stuck here running those cycles, whatever reason they're running a karmic debt, right? That's the type of things that's karmic debt. Things that you carry from one lifetime to the other that still trigger you, that you need to work through. That's a karmic debt, right? This Wheel of Fortune, I get a lot that there's a lot of karmic debts have been paid. We've been telling you guys this, right? Karmic debts from the past have been paid, right? But it's like everything else. You can still be bitter about shit other people's ancestors did, or you can let it go. The debt's been paid. The only thing still holding on to grudges is 3D people, okay? Your 3D mind is still holding on to grudges, because we keep telling y'all the 5D really doesn't see shit the same way that everybody else does. But this is definitely the beginning of another cycle. And this is definitely a cycle that I believe the people are running in soul clusters that they have run cycles with before. Make sense? All right, the labyrinth here. All right, we got the Prince of Feathers here. The Prince. Killing myself. Oh my God, it's Deck's turn. We got the Knight of Feathers here. So, and I'm going to go ahead. I want to read this one because, oh no, I did read this one. Okay, so the Knight of Feathers is that little goblin, right? That's inside that big suit at the door of the labyrinth when they reach the city beyond the castle, right? And the door shuts and that big robot comes out and it's this big scary monster that they have to defeat. But really, the Knight of Feathers is just someone who's very intelligent, right? This is someone who, especially on the 5D, has constructed, this big giant monstrous thing that's terribly scary, or can be terribly scary, or it can be terribly defensive. It depends on what it is. For the people inside the castle, they feel very safe and protected by the Knight of Feathers, right? So the people who are trying to get into the castle, very intimidating character. But it's a matter of using, at least in the definition of this book, it is brains over bronze. It's a time to be smarter, brains over bronze, and conquering your mind over fears, right? We've got the Four of Poles. I believe that's what it is in this one. It's either poles or sticks. We got the Four of Poles reversed, right? So the Four of Wands upright is usually the doorway is open card, right? Haha, Knight of Feathers, doorway is closed right now, right? There's things that you're not overcoming, fears, monsters. Most people, you know what most people are afraid of? Shattering the illusion. Oh, yep. Shattering that illusion is the scariest thing in the world, right? That is what I feel like this is really defensive against, right? There's a not knowing of the judgment. The judgment card in this deck is these two guys at the door, right? Sarah has to use her mind to discern which one is telling the truth. One always tells the truth, one always lies. One door leads straight to the castle, the other door leads to certain doom. It's a matter of really needing to use your judgment. This is so huge, right? We get the Wheel of Fortune reversed on the 5D, right? Whatever you think is happening is not what is happening, and I think that is very important, right? I'm definitely getting the sense that a lot of people are holding on to past timelines, and that is not what we came here to do. It's not what we came here to do. There is a lot of people that are trying to recreate old past timelines from old lives because there has been such a collapse on the 5D of the timelines that they're so overlapped, and soul clusters are connecting in a way that they haven't had access to in a millennia because of the internet, right? We're not here to create old timelines. It's supposed to be creating brand new ones, right? Supposed to be creating brand new ones, and that is why you have the Ace of Junk. I love that the pentacles are junk in this deck. Value is all in what you place it into, right? In the labyrinth, junk is the biggest commodity. Crap that people left behind. If you don't get the drift, it's pretty much people who live in like a landfill type of environment, right? Ace of Junk, right? One man's treasure. What one man's trash is another man's treasure. But for this card, for this line, it's pretty much you're not going to be able to see where you need to put stuff. What? Why? Because you haven't conquered over the fear. Doors are still closed. You have not made a judgment call or a decision on what you want to do. There is too many trying to recreate old timelines, right? Too many people from the past want to recreate their old timeline. They're not focusing on what they're supposed to be focusing on, which is creating new timelines. So you're going to continue to be blocked by those fears. Especially if you just keep recreating the past, you're just recreating situations for the past to reoccur. Ay. I'm shocked that came out with so many reversals on that. All right, for the collective message to go along with this, I do got, there. I got Black Flower Fragrance and Ceremony and Invocation. It is time to start reenacting the ceremonies. I've actually been talking a lot about that in the Silver Cord. If you guys have been paying attention, I know I've been going through a lot. I've tried to explain the best I can what's going on. It is time to start seizing back into your own ceremony. And the importance of ceremony, ritual, and invocation here. This is not about invocating other deities and other powers. You can if it makes you feel more empowered to do it that way, but this card is about invoking the power within yourselves. It's time to re-invoke the power within yourselves. And honestly, with everything that's been going on personally for me, that Black Flower Fragrance card is what? Who cares? Who really cares? I actually came on here with my devil horns, and I actually went through the trouble putting on some extra red lipstick and leaving my nails just for the simple fact that, you know what? Everybody's going to call me what? I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. I can't get mad at everybody who feels it. What? This is me. This is what people choose to see. And I know a lot of you probably suffer with that too. I get a lot of times, I get people who say, oh, you think you're just a big, bad, scary witch? Does she look scary to you? Oh, it's terrifying. She might actually decipher with a logical mind what the hell people are doing to her. I know. That's the most terrifying thing. All right, let's get a story time and an all signs for everybody. Right, that is... There we go. Also, with that going with that reading too, that reading, you recognized it's somebody else's timeline is, you might not know what's really going on with people. All right. I get that a lot. A lot of people suffer with the, what, I'm not mad. This is just my face. I've told a lot in my life too that, what, if you're not smiling, you look miserable. You can't help how people choose to receive your energy. That is 110% a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. Damn, man, I am just dropping cards left and right. Let's see. This one's up on the shelf. I might be able to. No, it's not on the shelf. It's on the floor. I know. I should scoot up or something. This is ridiculous. Ooh, the cross. 6 of clubs. All right, 36. 36, 369, power 369. There's been a lot of talk about Edgar Cayce, not Edgar Cayce, Tesla. All right, 36, the cross. Burdens, pain, and suffering. There we go. It's pretty much 10 of Wands. But it starts with the 6 of Clubs, which in the traditional tarot is a victory card. So, burden, pain, and suffering. In the tale of the red shoes, a young girl chooses pretty red shoes over helping her dying foster mother. She is cursed not to only wear the shoes forever, but to dance without stopping, even though she suffers from blisters and bleeding feet. She must keep dancing. Finally, she sees an executioner whom she begs to help her. He chops off her feet, but the shoes go on dancing off into the woods. Moved by her cries, he helps her with crutches and a rosary. Jesus, I can't talk this morning. Finally, she enters a church where her confession is heard. Once she repents, her aching burden is lifted. A teaching tale from the world of fairy tale brings a message of the cross. What burdens of life are bearing down on you? When the cross appears, there will be sorrow. Pain is to be expected. Remember carefully to review the cards nearby to determine the nature of the suffering and the ways that you can cope with it. Remember that burdens can be lifted, pain can be eased, and suffering will pass. But don't look away from the cross when it falls into your spread. You're being called to deal with this issue. Now, I told y'all there is still more retrogrades to go this year, and that's just the message I always come up with retrogrades is retrogrades only highlight areas where you need to be focusing on fixing yourself. That light looks terrible. Jesus Christ. I got to stop saying that. Man, I'm trying not to say swear words and I keep saying that, and I live in the South and people absolutely hate that. That's funny. I keep doing it since the cross popped up. All right. FYI, I got no problems with JC. Problems with the rest of the book, but not him in particular. All right, let's see what burdens and the cross has to offer. What do we got? I go with the smaller, easier to work with deck this morning. Oh, what? No, you guys want to do the labyrinth deck? Okay. Oh, stick around at the end and I'll get some message from the deck of many things, if I remember. If I don't remember, that means it doesn't want to talk to you. Oh, so insulting. All right, so cross, burdens, warnings, things of that nature. What do we got going on for Aries? I would like to also say it's also the Witch's New Year's, y'all. So it's a great time to start those New Year's resolutions. No need to wait till January 1st. Nothing's telling you that you have to go with the Gregorian calendar. You can go ahead and choose your own path, man. And if you're at the Witch's Tower and you practice witchcraft, then you should know that Samhain is the Witch's New Year. So Happy New Year, witches. Aries, what do we got? What do we got? Aries starting out with the Wheel of Fortune again. Popping out for you today. All right, Aries, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Right behind it, though, we have the 10 of Pots, right? You got the 10 of Pots, but you also got the 2 of Feathers, which is the 2 of Swords, right? There's definitely... You have the 10 of Pots, the 2 of Swords, and the 7 of Rods, right? So there's definitely a lot of defensiveness going on here. There's definitely decisions that need to be made. There's definitely hyper defensiveness. There's definitely a cycle that is being outplayed, that is fated to play out. But at the same time, remember, we are not here to recreate old timelines. This message I got for you, Aries. Don't create old times. You're not... Even if you're here playing the game with a soulmate or whatever that you have from a past life, you guys are not supposed to be recreating the same exact timeline. You're not supposed to be playing that. You're supposed to be playing something different now. I gotta get rid of these things. They're driving me nuts. All right. Taurus. I don't know how... Well, they don't shuffle, do they? Do they shuffle? You guys know anybody with the big nails that are actually shuffling their cards? Or do they just do that shake of one? Taurus. I was going to go with the smaller deck, but no. Taurus. What do we got? Taurus, you got the King of Feathers, which is the King of Swords. You got the reverse Star. You got the reverse Page of Pots, right? Getting a lot of focus, that there is a lot of focus either on the King of Feathers or on overseeing this giant perspective, that you are not making the proper calculations and you are not paying attention. All right, we got the King of Feathers, the Owl, right? The Observer above. I love that moon, right? Right, overlooking. But you got the Star reversed. You are not paying attention to something very, very important, right? You're not paying attention to something important. You're not adding something important into your calculations. And you know what you're not adding into your very important calculations? What? The Page of Pots. And I love the Page of Pots in this deck because after I read the description of it, all I could think of is little pitchers have big ears. This Page of Pots is someone who follows you around, loves you to death. Right? The Page of Pots in this deck definitely comes off as either a child or someone who is very childlike, that is watching you very closely and intently, right? And they're not being added into your calculations, and that is something you need to watch out for. Gemini. Gemini, you definitely have a decision to make between two doors here. There is judgment that needs to be made. Time to discern who's telling the truth and who is telling lies. You got a 5 of Cups, definitely, or 5 of Pots, definitely focusing on the past and things that have passed, right? You have the 6, see, you have the 5 and the 6 right next to each other. And now I've done some readings with this deck already. Let me turn around for you because it mirrors the shit. There we go. You have the 5 and the 6. What? There's a lot of focusing on past cups that have already swirled down the drain, right? Definitely be mindful that you're not allowing the past to project itself upon people in your future, right? Especially if you're choosing between the past and the future. What? One always tells the truth and the other always lies. Cancer. Oh, poor Ludo. Ooh, definitely. Definitely sensing that you're dealing with a very strong connection, but you have the Hangman here, right? Poor Ludo. Poor Ludo doesn't know why he's hung upside down. Poor Ludo doesn't know why he's hung upside down and everybody's so mean to him. But at the same time, had this not happened, Ludo would never have found Sarah, right? But there is definitely a danger here because you have the demon card, which is also the devil card in this deck. But this is just about, honestly, you know what I picked up from this card when I read the initial definition of it in the book? Party goblins. You ever seen that? What's her face? Lizzie something, the comedian. She talks about the party goblins. Be mindful of party goblins, right? They'll distract you from what you need to do. They're going to distract you from a very important connection because you got the Two of Cups here. So I definitely have getting a strong sense for you. Who am I on? Cancer? Yes? I'm getting a very strong sense here that there is someone that's got very harsh judgments cast against them, right? And I have a feeling it's the party goblins that don't like them. And if you're not careful, it'll block you from your toxic connections with your party goblins will block you from important connections because you're not going to make the right judgment calls. Or you'll judge somebody too harshly. All right. Yes, Leo. Leo. I love to be able to keep nails like this. I can't. I don't know how y'all do this. How are you guys doing this? Like, also, how do you do those wings on your eyeliner? I don't know how you guys do any of that crap. This is as dramatic as it gets. Leo, you have a King of Fire here. Definitely a King of Poles. You got a King of Fire. You got a Two of Wands looking forward. And you got an Ace of Pots. Definitely getting with the King of Poles here. There's definitely some fiery energy and things that you are looking forward to with those the Two of Poles there, right? Trying to balance out, I believe, this energy, right? And maintain this Ace of Pots energy. I love the Ace of Pots, right? The pots in this deck is all about cooking for people and feeding them and things like that nature, right? Really nurturing around you with the abundance that you have. Definitely with that two in the middle and that burdens card, it's a matter of balancing passion and balancing compassion right now for you. Balancing passion and balancing compassion and being mindful not to don't give all your pot to the King of Poles. Oh no. Just says hello. You guys are a trip. All right. Hello. All right. Don't be so focused on giving all your love to the King of Poles. And yeah, keep a healthy balance there, Leo. Virgo. Don't take all your honey. Oh, no. Virgo, ooh, wow. We definitely have got the 10 of Swords here. A lot of anxiety. You've got the Strength card and you've got the 5 of Cups. So, Virgo, you have got the 10 of Swords. That is just locked in a massive anxiety going on right now. You got the Strength card, right? 10 of Feathers. I love it too. So, definitely love it with the feathers in this deck. It's a mental anxiety. You have got, oh, look at that armor you have built up around yourself with this Strength card, right? Like, you definitely feel very strong. I feel like you've built this armor up around you that you feel so strong, but you still have, you built it up over this mental anxiety. You haven't overcome it yet. Why? You have the 5 of Pots. You're still focused on a pot that swirled down the drain, that spilled and swirled down the drain. All right, so be mindful of that. That's the burden. That's the cross you're carrying. That's the mental anxiety that you're carrying. And, you know, you can assign meanings and there's something to closure. And if you've noticed, a lot of people change and switch and move around their opinions on what constitute closure and what doesn't. Good morning, Midnight. There's a lot. Yeah. All I can tell you is if you need to reach out to get closure, then you need to reach out and get closure. 7 of Cups from the very first deck, first card that came out this morning is the 7 of Cups, right? The biggest thing that holds people back from ever getting closure is they are absolutely terrified of killing Santa Claus. You are so scared that the truth comes out. You will lose Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny and all that. All the guardians will just poof and vanish and disappear. And, you know, you'll destroy this grand illusion of something that you had that you need for whatever reason in your mind to maintain your reality. It's all there is to it. But you could write that person a letter and then find out that they never felt that way for you. It never happened for them and everything else. And it kills this thing. But what you don't realize is, yeah, okay, so you killed Santa Claus. But at the same time, you killed the boogeyman, because the reason that you're not writing them as well is that's what's scary. What I'm scared this person isn't Santa Claus. They're the boogeyman. You're never going to know if you never open your mouth on the 3D and ask some 3D questions and figure it out, right? You can't just keep tarot reading and doing it on the astral planes. You have to actually 3D call, figure it out, right? Or else you'll just keep carrying it as a mental burden for yourself. Libra. Libra. What we got? Libra. This is beautiful. This is really good. So the burden you carry, Libra, and I'm just going to go out and say it, I feel like you feel like you're doing it on your own, right? I'm making this up. This isn't based on whatever. Don't fucking do that to me. I'm sorry. That's a personal message to creepy people in my 3D that watch these videos, right? Libra, I see a lot of the Sun card here, right? This is Toby Returns, right? A lot of coming into, this is with 21, the reason it comes out with that vibrant, bright sun energy is 21 is the starting of the new cycle. We talked about the 10s, right? And repeating karmic cycles from the past. 21 is you've run those cycles enough times that you realize, oh, I totally break this cycle. I can do it different, right? King of Feathers, really putting it together, taking that higher perspective. Empress, really grounding down and nurturing your surroundings around you and what you really need to take care of, really embody. I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, your cross to burden is just going to be what for you, Libra, honestly, I feel like just getting your shit together, just really, really getting it together, recognizing where those toxic turns you've taken in the past is and what burdens you're carrying to put down in order to create a new cycle. That's beautiful. I hope everybody else is good. Beautiful, Libra. All right, Scorpio. Got Mars and Scorpio right now, I heard, which has been fun for me. My Mars is in Scorpio, so this is a return for me, of course. I don't know anybody born between 82 and 84. If you've got Gemini in your North Node and Sag in your South, we're a big part of the party right now. Scorpio. Oh, those are nodes, by the way. Gemini in your North Node, Sag in your South. And you should look up what those mean. If you don't know, North Node is this life's purpose. South Node is usually what your past life was. And if you were a Sag in your past life, you were probably more of like a philosopher type person. Anyway, and everybody born within those 2 years, it was in that cycle for it. So, Scorpio, I got the Ace of Feathers here. I got the Ace of Feathers, the Hermit, and the Magician. The Ace of Feathers is pretty immature with, oh no, that's the Ace of Feathers. I'm thinking the Page of Feathers because it's this little bird, right? The Ace of Feathers is something does need to be said. I sense that there is definitely a hermit mode that's been going on for you. What, a long time of, yeah, self-introspection, right? Trying to figure out your own beliefs, your own feelings, your own meanings towards things, right? You got the Magician card here. This could be somebody you're dealing with. I always warn people, magicians, it's like the difference between getting a witch or getting a warlock, right? You can either get a major trickster or either way, you're dealing with a very powerful person. Now, this could be you or this could be the person you're dealing with. The magician usually is kind of a trickstery type person. There's somebody who manipulates other people's energies. That's why this is Jareth, right? Jareth goes and makes Sarah do, he takes babies and makes them. He's kind of like a male personification of Lilith if you really think about it. But I'm definitely getting that whatever burdens you're going to be carrying, it's going to be from words not spoken. I'm getting this as two different entities that you're dealing with. Somebody is a manipulator and somebody is in hermit mode figuring out the manipulator. Make sense? So if you're the manipulator, somebody's figuring out your twisted little games, or you're in hermit mode because you realize that you're being manipulated by a manipulator. But it's a lot of words that are going to have to need to be spoken to change those dynamics in that timeline, right? I can also get kind of a big sense of a mutual game playing going on. Because both these characters are also very observant. I do just get with that Ace of Feathers that there's just a lot of a mental manipulation game going on between you and somebody. I just can't let that go. All right. Yeah. Oh, that was for you. I just can't let that go. That's why the game's still going on, man. Yo, the game stops. The game stops as soon as you stop engaging with it. You keep playing tit for tat shit with people, they're going to keep playing tit for tat shit for you. And an eye for an eye just ends up everybody blind. All right. Who was that? Scorp? Sagittarius. Just seeing you can carry that. Scorpio, you can carry that game into the holiday season again if you want to this year. It's all up to you. Sagittarius. What we got for you? Hmm. Just want to see something real quick. I'm sorry, Sad. Just give me a second. You're starting out here at the Page of Pots, so you definitely have little pictures and big ears around you. With that, someone who definitely I like to read the books. A lot of people are like, why are you reading the book if you know all the different cards? I do, but every time someone creates a deck, right, they go through a lot of time and effort to tweak their version and their of the deck, right? Their version of each card into the deck with its own simple meanings. Yeah. So it's still the deck. The Page of Pots is someone very young that still has a lot to learn. You have the Three of Swords reversed. That's really what was messing me up. Was the Three of Feathers reversed? I was like trying to figure out how that plays into that and the Ace of Poles, right? Because the Ace of Poles I always warned with being careful of thinking with your poles, but that's not necessarily the meaning in this deck. That's more the meaning of the traditional drawn pole, right? This is about creativity. This is about energy. This is about overcoming that Three of Swords situation. And honestly, I had a big thought about the Three of Swords this morning. A Three of Swords situation is a situation that you put yourself in to make your heart get, you're breaking your own heart. A lot of times the Three of Swords it's a mental, it's a feather, it's a thought. It's a mentally thinking things out in your brain to create scenarios that could not even be true, that might not even be true, right? There's a lot of focus of don't focus on creating or putting yourself into a mental third party situation. There's a lot of creative ideas, right? You got your little pictures, big ears. There's a lot of creative ideas and energy being thrown to you right now. There's a matter of focusing it here with that Ace of Poles, right? Your wand. Focusing the energy in a more positive direction instead of focusing it on this. I do see this with being reversed, that you are overcoming putting yourself in those type of situations. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, Eight of Cups stuck to the table when I went to move it for you. Let's see what's going on, huh? Aquarius. Aquarius, you get the Seven of Junk popped out here reversed. That's the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Very much of you reap what you sow type of energy going on here. So you could be dealing with the ramifications of things from the past coming back at you, right? We're starting out here, Six of Cups, definitely something from the past. You reap what you sow. You got the Six of Pots here. So definitely a lot of looking back on the past, a lot of nostalgic, a lot of, I think, putting things into perspective in that nature, right? You definitely got the Eight of Junk here. Definitely a focus on accumulating your junk. Giggles, y'all, it's just jokes. But I do feel like there is an understanding of wanting right? There's this whole reap what you say. Sorry, 10 of feathers here at the end as well. So with the 7 reverse, right? 7 of junk reverse and the 8 upright, I do feel like there's a whole sense of you reap what you sow when it comes to things. And I don't think it could be. Your burden that you're carrying is still residual guilt of how things went down in the past. And understanding that anything difficult that you find yourself in now and any burdens or mental anguish that you find yourself in now are things that you have brought upon yourself. Aquarius, you guys are very intelligent. This isn't even Aquarius. This is supposed to be Capricorn. So I'm going to do Capricorn next since I said Aquarius. Yeah, definitely a lot of, mental. It's a lot of mental anguish, a lot of looking back at the past. I feel like you're putting a lot of effort to focus on the positive aspects of the past. And I think you're really, really good at doing that for how other people treated you. I think you're very, very good at taking anybody who was hard on you or hurt you in any way and assigning this grand positive meaning for it, right? But I think the one thing that you can't get over is what you've done. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. Just to mess with people. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. How's my go-to-corns? Oh, all right, Capricorn. What we got going on here? We got the Fool. We got the Page of Feathers. And we got the 4 of Junk here in the middle. I definitely see like a foundation of something wanting to be built here. Definitely it's 4 of Pentacles here in the middle. We got a Page of Feathers. Someone who has a lot of great ideas. They could be a bit naive, not really be thinking their ideas fully through. You also have the Fool card here on the other side, right? Put the junk in the back here. So this could be 2 characters or this could be just you, right? There's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of needing to take a leap, but there is definitely a lot of you need to work out a couple of details before you leap too much, right? I definitely get the sense with the Fool card and Sarah. There's a lot of, yes, you need to get moving because the time is running. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you're not too opinionated and too hasty and just assuming things, because there's little things you may miss. Little things like the worm at the beginning of the labyrinth, right? Where she shows her how the illusion of the one hallway works. And then she goes, don't go that way. And Sarah doesn't ask why. And she doesn't ask where either way leads. She just blindly follows somebody else's advice. Right? Be mindful you don't just blindly follow somebody else's advice, leading you to having a much more dramatic timeline than you need to be. And wasting time, right? Pisces. Pisces. Pisces, you got the 4 of Cups here. I got a sense of overindulging, and it's funny because I got the Knight of Junk card here, and the Knight of Pentacles is usually about somebody who is able to manifest a lot of things, either money or things, right? But in this deck, he's being rolled over by a bunch of boulders. I feel like you may have overindulged, and you might have a bit of a hoard on your hand there, Pisces. Too much stuff. I'm just getting a sense of too much stuff, right? All as dramatic as you want to make it. The burdens are all what you have accumulated, right? You're very good at accumulating abundance, but I feel like you have an abundance of too much stuff right now. And there definitely needs to be a shift on that. And I do feel like you understand this already with this Knight of Feathers here at the end, right? There's definitely an understanding of, yeah, I know. I just need to know where to put all of it. Right? I need to know what to do with it to turn it around so that it is not a burden, but something that works for me. Right? Get a sense that there's definitely a calling for a higher perspective on how it is you're doing things and a need to flip the perspective. Right? Alrighty. I hope that helped you guys. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to get a couple from the deck of many things here. Just a little bit of, let's see what's going on with our out of contacts. It's been a while. Any messages from the 5D before we roll on out for our divine feminines and divine masculines? So far, I got a heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. And that's a strong message on being able to express love. You can love people all you want, but if you never express that love and you bottle it up and hide it and never tell nobody, then it becomes a problem. I also got keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes the most keep it simple, stupid is used a lot in rehab clinics, but it actually started out as a military term. It's a matter of trying to make it more efficient. Just make life more efficient for yourself, right? Like, I babysit a ridiculous amount of kids. It's important that, I make it so that they can be as self-sufficient as possible. They can ask for permission and be able to do things on their own. That's why I have snack cabinets and things like that. It's all about trying to make it efficient. I've got people are fools. You know the rules, right? Optics are one thing, but people have a hard time about spreading rumors, lies, assuming things. People not only will spread lies and rumors, but if you consider yourself a witch or a wizard, you should be well aware. If you are aware of how people respond to things, then you can be in control of the narrative. Good, bad, or ugly. I know fire signs especially have a bad habit of, if you're going to accuse us of things, we will just lean into the rumor. It doesn't mean we'll make the rumor true, but we know how easy to make it look like it's true. It's that old saying of what the universe will conspire to confirm whatever you believe. The best curse ever. May the full horrors of your actions truly be revealed to you. May the full horrors of your actions be revealed to you. May you feel like anybody you've ever made feel like dirt. Now that's karma. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm just going to throw this out there, right? I shouldn't, but I will. Let's just take a masculine, right? This person is steadfast, loyal when in a relationship, right? Very honorable person. But when they are not in a relationship, they have no problems doing dog things like sleeping with other men's wives. Well, then, when they find them in a point of heartbreak, their brain will automatically create the illusion of, oh, they must have left me for somebody else. They must have cheated on me. Why? Because that is their narrative. That's what they played. That's their karma that they carry with them. Their karma is you done dirty to other people. So you will always assume people are doing dirty to you. And you will live in a point of perpetual fear where you will either live thinking that it happened, whether it did or not, or you will genuinely manifest that shit upon yourself. Let's get one more. May the full horrors of all your actions be revealed to you. May you have the strength to face them and go through your shadow work. What do we got? Why do you want me? So I can kiss you anytime I want. And the final card. What do you want? Right? Why do you want to marry me? So I can kiss you anytime you want. I want. So that's what they want. What do you want? I love y'all. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. May y'all have a beautiful day. And yeah, have fun getting into this new witch's new year. And I'm going to be back just as soon as I can, I promise.